Karen is a pejorative slang term for obnoxious, angry, entitled, and often racist middle-aged white woman who uses her privilege to get her way or police other people's behaviors. However, Karens come in all shapes and sizes and can be any sex, race, gender, sexual orientation, or political affiliation.
Come to the dark side.
Hi, Karen!
Welcome back to What the Hell, Karen? Today we find Karen in support court with Judge Vonda B. Apparently, the bloom has fallen off the rose that is the Karen family.
And so what are you seeking here today?
Well, basically, I just can't bring my children up in this kind of situation. And I basically want to leave with the children. And, you know, he makes a lot of money. Our business makes a lot of money. But when I leave, I'm not going to have that. So I need to keep the lifestyle that my children and I have had. They go to private school, and we have a nanny. And so I need to continue that so that their lives aren't disturbed. And we live in a house, $500,000, and I need to maintain something similar so that it's not a big adjustment for any of us.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Private school, do you all pay tuition for that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. How much is it? If you were to break it down monthly, because I know tuition sometimes isn't a monthly thing.
It's about $1,800 a month.
$1,800. What kind of private school is it?
It's a good private school.
Oh my gosh. They teaching the baby how to drive?
Well, the baby's not there yet, but he will
Well,
be.
the 2-year-old, right?
Well,
That's still a baby for $1,800.
It's a tuitional. I mean, you grow with the school. So
Does the tuition payment grow too?
no.
Oh, okay. So it stays at
It stays,
$1,800.
yeah.
Okay.
Once they're accepted, they're accepted.
Okay, I follow you now. So if we were to break that down monthly, that's about $150 a month. What about the nanny? How much does she cost monthly?
I think he pays most of the bills, so he can probably answer that better.
Okay.
Hi, Karen!
While Karen is in support court fighting for her right to live the lifestyle she and her kids have become accustomed to, at her husband's expense, of course, her mother is in another courtroom fighting with a judge.
Ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I would like to call...
Ma'am, stop. I know you want to control this room, but this isn't Burger King. When the sign changes to Burger King, you can have it your way. Right now, this is my courtroom, and you will answer my questions. Ma'am, stop. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? Yes or no? Are you going to tell the truth? All right, I'll take that as silence. I understand her attorney is on here. Where is her attorney?
He's the big guy.
Again, say anything again without telling me you're going to tell the truth, and I will hold you in contempt of court for 93 days. Contempt carries with it 93 days and or $7,500. You will not act disrespectful in this court. Do you understand, ma'am? You certainly may remain silent. Where is your attorney? Do we have an attorney?
I'm here.
Sir?
You do, Your Honor.
Hi, Karen!
Back in support court, Judge Vonda B. questions Karen about what she wants in support.
Have you already started looking at other homes, other apartments, or anything like that?
Yeah, you know, there's a couple other homes in the neighborhood that I'd really like to move into. I think that would be the least disruptive to me and to the kids.
Okay.
So, yeah. And
would you be renting out those homes?
Basically, I would like to buy one.
Okay.
So that we can maintain the same lifestyle that we've had.
Okay. If you were to buy a home, the homes that you were looking at, what are you looking at on mortgage?
About $3,000 a month.
Okay.
But again, I mean, I would think he would need to pay the majority of that.
Okay. So you want him to buy you a home, you and the children a home?
I mean, I would call it spousal support. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about any other bills that you would potentially have to pay?
So, you know, I think he should keep paying for the nanny and the private school.
Okay.
And, you know, I have been only working part-time. And of course, I would not want to keep working in the business with him and these customers who are still coming around. So I would have to find a job, and that could take a really long time. So I would think he should pay everything until I find something where I can work part-time.
Okay.
Ha ha, Karen.
Since Karen is in support court, her sister has volunteered to walk her dog. And while out for a walk, Karen's sister sees some young men in her sister's neighborhood that she doesn't know and has a nice, warm, and friendly conversation with them.
We chilling, bro. And this lady just come up like next to us, like, who is this? Telling us something he can't be. This what? That's my cousin. He's just visiting. Who are you to come over here? How long you live here?
10 years. How long you live here?
17 years.
Oh,
Who are you?
Oh, 17.
Who are you? Get out of here.
You don't even count at 17.
You don't even take care of your teeth.
Did you go
Look
to
at
school?
your teeth.
You go to school?
Look at your teeth.
I have master
Look at your
degree.
teeth.
I have master degree.
I don't care about your degree.
What you finish?
That's my car. It's a $40,000
No,
car.
what you finish?
I'm 19. $40,000 car.
I don't give
Get face.
Did you go college?
$1,000 car.
Where
I
you
got
got?
a
Where you
19.
come? From where?
My money, my pockets.
Yeah, what you
Who
do
are
for
you?
living? What you do for living?
You need to take care of your teeth for a
What
living.
you
That's
do for
crazy.
living? What you do for
I'm
living?
done. I'm done talking to you. Get out
What
of
you
here.
do for living?
Get out of here.
Huh? What for a living?
I get money clearly.
Oh yeah.
Get
Yeah,
out of
I have a
here.
pin you come
Get-
right now.
Go ahead. Go piss the car. About to get kicked.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it.
try.
Go. I'm gonna kick the.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna kick the.
You the man.
I'm gonna kick the.
Yeah,
I don't
you
give a.
the-
I'm gonna kick the.
Why?
I'm gonna kick the.
40,000.
Go get out of here.
Ha ha, Karen.
Meanwhile, in support court, it's Karen's husband's turn to answer questions with Judge Vonda B.
All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
Well, just don't believe his excuses about these women. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Harper?
Well, there's no excuses about any of the women. I had developed this business long before we got married.
Okay.
And we've been married a couple of years. And I've worked hard to get this business to where it is. I've got a great staff. I've got a great team of crews out there working. And you know, one of the things that I do is I go out and I make sure the work's quality work, so I can put my name on it. Do I take care of my clients after we've put in a pool? Absolutely.
Well, your definition of taking care, is it what she's thinking?
No,
Okay.
it's I maintain contact with my clients, and they contact me if there's an issue, if they've got
He
questions,
maintains contact.
and I go out and I see those clients because that tends to give me more referral business, and I'm not having to spend as much on marketing and advertising as I would if I didn't have that referral business.
Okay.
So I want to make sure I keep in contact with all those clients.
Why are these women saying that, come over, I'm going to be laying out?
They tell me whatever they want to tell me. It has nothing to do with.
So you go join them while they're laying out?
Well, I mean, if they're out by their pool, they're out by the pool. That has nothing to do with my business.
Do you join them in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I saw a picture. One of those texts had a picture of you in the pool.
I don't.
What were you doing in the pool? You were checking the depth?
I don't remember ever seeing that picture. So now I will say this: she has imagined a lot of stuff that goes on.
She has a good imagination.
Very good.
Oh,
and
okay.
she does work part time as the secretary, But her primary job is to take care of the kids.
Okay, so you'll agree with everything she said about taking care of the kids and everything like that.
And she does a fairly good job when she's there.
Oh, what does that mean?
Primarily, the nanny does all the work for taking care of the kids.
Speaking of the nanny, how much do you pay her a month?
We're actually paying her probably a little less than what we deserve, but it's probably about $1,200 a month.
Okay.
Ha ha, Karen.
While Karen's niece is out running errands, she gets pulled over by a police officer for expired registration on her car. Well, that just won't do, and she wants to see his supervisor.
What's your emergency, sir?
What's my what?
Emergency. What's your emergency?
The reason I stopped you today is because your tags, your license plate has been expired since 2013. When I run it, it shows to have been it's got suspended in 2014. That's the reason for the stop.
My question was, what's your emergency? Do you have an emergency? Is there a articulable cause for concern? Why did you pull me over if there's no emergency?
That's why. It's your suspended license plate.
So you don't have an emergency? Because I would love to help you if you have an emergency.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I would love to help you if you have an emergency, sir.
Yes, ma'am. It's a traffic stop. It's not an emergency. You have a driver's
What's your
license?
articulable reason for stopping me?
Okay. You have a driver's license with you today or an ID? Any form of identification?
I don't drive. I travel, sir.
What's that, ma'am?
I don't drive. I travel.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license or
I don't drive. So do I have to show you any kind of driver's license by law?
Yes, ma'am.
I have you on camera saying that I, by law, have to show you a driver's license.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am. You do.
That's kind of inaccurate. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. It's an oxymoron.
Ma'am, I have my supervisor on the way. Okay.
Okay.
Once again, will you provide me with your driver's license or any form of
Are you making any assumptions or presumptions here today? You don't have an emergency. Are you aware that it is a federal crime to pull over an individual without an emergency?
What's that, ma'am?
Are you aware that it is a federal crime to pull over an individual without an emergency? You use your lights and sirens, they're still on.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Are you aware that it is against the law? It is a federal crime for you to pull someone over using your lights and sirens where there is no emergency.
Ha ha, Karen.
Karen's husband is still being questioned by Judge Vonda B, while Karen sits quietly by and listens.
And
so you make pretty good money. How much money do you make in this pool business?
Well, I've been averaging about $280 a year.
But it could be higher?
It could be.
Or could be lower?
It depends on the market.
Okay.
He's not even being truthful about that. He makes over 300.
He makes over 300? Okay. Is that true, Mr. Harper?
No, that's not true.
So where did she get that from?
Well, I mean, it's her lifestyle. I mean, she likes going out and with her girlfriends and having her lunches and having her, her spa days and
therapy sessions.
She pay. I pay for.
You call your spa days therapy sessions?
No, I'm going to therapy because of what he's putting me through.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not what your imagination is putting you through?
I imagine
because he said you are imagining all of this.
I imagine he was a good guy too. A couple of years ago when I said I do. So yeah, only in that do I have a good imagination.
Oh, okay.
So not only do I maintain the house and maintain the bills and take care of all that, I also have the kids on my insurance, her on my insurance.
How much is the insurance for just the children?
$309.
$309, okay.
Yeah. And, that's important to me. I want the kids to be safe. I want the kids to be brought up in a good, wholesome environment.
Wholesome.
And she,
You're not
she
even
gives
home
everything
at
off to the
night.
nanny.
Ma'am, let him speak. I gave you an opportunity to speak. He did not interrupt you while you were speaking. I promise I will get back to you. Continue, Mr. Harper.
She doesn't, she pretty much hands everything off to the nanny and requires the nanny to take care of all that. She's got a pretty cozy lifestyle. We've got a nice house. I'd like to keep the kids, with me.
No.
And make sure they're taken care of because she's too busy taking care of herself.
All right.
And
but your work schedule, would that permit you to have the children on a
it would
full-time
be
basis?
difficult, but I would see it made sure it happened.
So wouldn't it be in the best interest of the children for them to just stay with mom like they've always been doing?
Well, if mom would stay with them, yeah, I would agree with that. But it's like I said, it's primarily the nanny.
But you're paying for the nanny, so it would be the same difference if you were to have them. Well, no, they would be with the nanny more if they were with you.
Possibly.
So you could potentially be paying the nanny more if the children were with you. Yeah, I don't think that's good for them. I don't think that's good for them.
Ha ha, Karen!
Karen's niece, still waiting for the supervisor, advises the officer about her time being stopped and how much he owes her.
Well, I put you on notice that it is a federal crime. My charge for this stop is $10,000.
Okay.
You agree? $10,000. Gillum 3739.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Good morning.
Name
I'm
and
Sergeant
badge
Ham with the
number?
Houston Police Department.
Sergeant Ham?
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
your badge
How are you
number?
doing today?
Good. What's your badge number, please?
I'm sorry?
Badge number?
I can't hear you.
Your badge number.
Okay, supervisor don't have badge number. It's just Sergeant Ham, ma'am.
Okay, Sergeant Ham. Got you. So he took my property, just so you know.
Okay.
You might want to review that information.
Okay, ma'am. Just give me 1 second.
I also have this. This information too. I'm waiting to give them this. I don't know that they need it because I gave them my travel card. I asked them if they were familiar with the consular notification manual. He didn't seem familiar. He didn't even. It doesn't even seem like he knew what it was.
Okay, Miss Littles, you can one citation.
I'm Amra.
What's that?
Amra.
Okay, ma'am. You're getting one citation.
No, I do not accept.
Okay, that's okay.
I do not accept. You don't have jurisdiction.
Not having valid driver's license, not having proof financial responsibility, and then your tax being expired.
I do not accept.
Date, time, and court location all right here. Attach all the pamphlet. There's a website
I
and phone
need
number to call.
the name and badge number of all the individuals here.
This
That's
is
gonna
Sergeant
gonna
Ham.
cost you $10,000 each of you.
Officer Salih.
No, I asked for name and badge number.
And Matthew McMurtry.
8728 Sally SALLE.
Would you like to sign in the yellow box? This is not a plea of guilt. You're saying you're going to show up for court.
Absolutely not. I do not
no
consent.
Problem. Okay. Have a safe day, ma'am.
No, I don't want it.
Do you want your card?
I do not consent. I'll write down whatever you need. Give me my card. Give me my card. I need my property. I will write down whatever you need.
I can't hear you.
You can hear me just fine.
I cannot hear you.
Well,
There's
I believe
cars
that you
out by.
can.
Just speak up a little bit. I cannot hear you,
I
ma'am.
believe that you can.
I can't
Well,
hear
I don't want to raise my voice or yell because you might try to say that I'm trying to be combative. I'm not trying to be combative. Can I have my property, please?
Okay. You're also getting a citation. If you
No, I do not consent.
If,
you do not have jurisdiction.
Hold on. Just listen real quick.
I do not
If you throw
consent.
the citation on the ground and you litter, you will be going to jail.
No, I will
Don't do
not.
that.
You don't
Okay?
have jurisdiction.
All right, ma'am.
I am Amra. I do not consent.
No, we're not doing that.
Please do not do that, sir. Do not. You cannot force me to contract with you. You cannot force me.
Have a great day, ma'am.
You cannot
Have a
force
great
me to
day.
contract
Go on
with
the
you.
ground, you're gonna get a ticket for littering.
No. I do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent. You do not have jurisdiction.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Have a great day. You're also getting a ticket for littering. You don't want this?
I do not consent. You do not have any consent over my situation.
Okay.
You do not have jurisdiction.
All right, ma'am. That's for you.
Absolutely
You're
not.
already getting another ticket for littering.
Absolutely not. Are you familiar with the consular notification manual?
Ma'am.
Are you familiar with
all right,
the
you have a
consular
great day. You're free to
notification
go.
manual?
Your citation.
It's
You
going
don't
to
want
cost you $10,000 for this stop. $10,000, sir, for this stop. And the motherfucker walked away. Just like I told you. You don't take no contracts. You cannot be forced into contract. Lying ass bitches. Try to force me. Y'all. Stupid motherfuckers. Think they can trick me. They won't trick me. I already know this works. Can you tell me? Motherfucker. And that's how you do it.
Ha ha, Karen!
Judge Vonda B. asks Karen some more questions so she can ascertain how much support Karen would be entitled to.
Ms. Harper, I have a couple of questions for you. What is your educational background, if any?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud to say that I got my GED.
Okay.
Yes.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you were going to say something else when I asked you not to interrupt him.
Oh, well, I mean, so he's saying he wants them to have a wholesome lifestyle. Like, give me a break. What's wholesome about going to these women's houses, you know, when he could be at home at night? So it's not always during the day. He's not home a lot
I'm
at
not
night.
at women's houses every night or anything like that.
But some nights, huh?
No, not even some nights. Occasionally it happens. And their family is there as well.
So your customers call you at night for pool maintenance?
No, they'll call me at night.
Is that what you're telling me here today?
No, they'll call me at night to ask me questions about referrals, about maintaining the pool, things like that.
At night?
Sure. Usually when I go over at night, their families are there too.
How late are we talking at night?
Oh, 9 o'clock.
Okay. That's not too late.
It makes no sense. I mean, a wholesome
Well, I agree
family.
with that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, a wholesome family. I mean, we would have dinner together. We would be at home. We'd be reading to the kids, playing with the kids, putting them to bed.
Should have fixed dinner, but yeah.
Ooh, so you don't cook?
Well, I mean, we have somebody for that.
Oh, so you all have a chef too?
Well, we usually have food brought in, you know, either I come home with dinner or pick something up, but yeah, kitchen, no, that's for snacks.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what I am going to do. I definitely think that your wife has grounds. She's eligible to receive some sort of spousal maintenance, especially if she no longer wishes to remain in the home with you. Had she wished to remain in the home, this will probably be a different type of situation. She may still be entitled to some spousal maintenance, just probably not as much. So what I'm going to do is to order you pay spousal maintenance to your wife. And it's not going to be anything that's, you know, forever, ma'am. I just want you to understand that it will definitely be a temporary situation, at least to get you on your feet so you can look for a job, find suitable living arrangements for the children and everything like that.
Ha, Karen!
Karen's daughter, who may have had a little too much to drink, has a nice, warm, and friendly conversation with one of her neighbors.
I'm fine. Guess what? I will park here. Hey, what's up? My name is Hill, and I will park here. I pay the same amount as rent. I'm sorry that I don't. I prefer eating out. Imagine that. Imagine that.
Imagine that, yeah, I get more than you. That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Oh my god, I don't get any. I'm not hot as all.
If you touch me one more time, I'm gonna have video evidence that I
Okay,
can
video this. Your need to learn that equality is what I got. How are you any better than me?
I'm not.
Yeah, great. They should be.
Yes, they should.
What a disgrace that you live right next to me. What a disgrace that y'all next to me. Imagine that. And you're, god damn, what a disgrace to America.
Ha, Karen!
Back at support court, Judge Vonda B gets down to calculating how much support Karen will get. Karen, of course, is hoping she will be well taken care of.
So first, let's start with child support. You said your yearly income is about $280,000 a year. So that would put you, even if it's at $300,000, ma'am, in Texas, he caps. So his gross would be based on $12,325.35, which would make his net resources $9,200. Now, sir, are these the only two children you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So $9,200.
Supposedly.
Well, you know, that has nothing to do with me. We can review that at a later date, but as of today, that has nothing to do with me. So when we look at your income, that brings your net resources to about $8,891. You have 2 children. So if we multiply that by 25%, that brings your child support amount to $2,222.75. Now, your wife testified, and you really didn't disagree with her, that you testified about the nanny costing $1,200 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. The private school is $1,800 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. Wife also testified that the mortgage potentially for the next home will be about $3,000. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that because, ma'am, you will be working and you should be able to maintain something. I'm not going to have him just 100% take care of you. Spousal maintenance is to assist. It's not to help you, just live off of him for a long time. So spousal maintenance is going to be in the amount of $4,500. I gave you a credit for that $309 with the health insurance. So that brings your monthly obligation for child support and spousal maintenance to $6,800 a month, which I believe is pretty fair. I mean, you've been maintaining the nanny, you've been maintaining the private school. Nothing should change when it comes to the children. But as far as you're concerned, I do believe that part of that responsibility should be yours in terms of paying the mortgage.
Ha, Karen!
Karen's mother, having almost gone to jail for contempt of court, makes it onto the news after assaulting a minor riding his bike on the sidewalk in front of his house.
Jeffrey says he was doing what 12-year-olds do best, being a kid, when all of a sudden he's attacked by an elderly woman.
Get the hell off the sidewalk now.
Excuse me?
Get off the sidewalk.
Please don't touch me. Why'd you just hit me?
Want me to hit you again?
What the f is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You don't touch me.
Oh, I'll do what I want. You tried to run on the sidewalk.
Mom!
Hey, come on out.
You hit my child?
Yes, she did. Yes, she just did.
It's a great thing that there's a camera strapped to his chest.
Good. Come on, boy. Just get it on. Let me
Get
see
away
it.
from me.
Come on.
Caught on video, the woman taunts Jeffrey while he backs his bike away from her.
I swear to God, if this old lady touches me again.
Dad comes out.
You touched my child and I'm calling the cops.
The cops come and Santa Ana police charge Garcia with assault. She wouldn't talk to us about the incident on our camera, but over the phone told me she's almost 80 and felt threatened and scared. Jeffrey's mom says this is not their first encounter with Garcia and that she needs help before she strikes again.
Ha, Karen!
Back at support court, the support has been calculated by Judge Vonda B. Much to Karen's dismay, she gets almost everything she asked for, but some of it is only temporary. She can't live off her husband forever.
I just want to reiterate, this is only temporary. So you start working, you make decent living. The children, for whatever reason, are no longer in private school, or the nanny is for whatever reason removed. He can come back and petition the court and ask for something different. And there's a high likelihood his payment of spousal support to you may be removed. So I just want to make sure I'm clear about that.
So what if it takes me a year to get a job?
Well,
probably take her longer than that.
I hope it wouldn't take you years, ma'am. At that point, you're just being spoiled, must I say. It should not take you years to find a job. If it takes you years to find a job, that means you are intentionally not actively looking for a job. And if he comes back in here, and that is the case, I will surely make sure that he stops paying you spousal maintenance. Okay? Is there anything further?
No.
You have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.